Big supporter of free enterprise. The government's going to be in this big
heat exchanger, big core. They got a kickstart with.
No, for real. If you guys want to come and talk about that,
block.
Washington, I mean, it's a major investment.
Excellent. We really appreciate your leadership.
Oh, come on, man, this is,
Those
but it's astounding. You never forget the first time I
Germans are
was out in,
very well with it. And I would say the U.S. is doing extremely well as well. I think with China.
what car?
We were just talking about the Chinese.
No, I think, wait a minute, come
I
on.
don't think that the technology is there.
Damn car.
I'll come. We're very focused.
Anyway,
That's where it starts.
yeah.
Continues.
You can
Yeah,
say that.
we're going that
I
way.
don't think that.
I agree, okay.
But I'm not
Please,
a complete expert here.
You can make me lift this up?
That's right.
We don't get paid.
So now we've got
Thank you, guys.
Brian Neff from Saptavia, Mike Madden
Brian.
from Honeywell, and Frank St. John from Lockheed.
Absolutely.
Too small outfits.
That's right. Well, free. No. So, my name is Brian Neff, and I'm the CEO and founder of Centavia. We are a designer and additive manufacturer of complex metal systems for great American companies like Honeywell and Lockheed. What you see here is a rocket engine and a heat exchanger core. Both of these designs couldn't be manufactured traditionally. They can only be printed. And what really excites me the most about this kind of technology, and you've heard it's transformational from a part standpoint, it's transformational from an industry standpoint, but it's also transformational from a workforce standpoint. The workforce that needs to build these kinds of complex components is really the manufacturing workforce of the future. It's not so much the traditional blue-collar jobs in the past, it's a mixture of that in a digital manufacturing world. And so I really am grateful to my partners, my customers, and to you and to the AM Forward initiative, because we need to grow this, we need to grow in size, we need some help with the training, and because this truly is the workforce of the future. And I think we're bringing jobs back into the U.S. that, you're not taking a job down the street because you can't print something like this, it doesn't exist. So it's really important.
The thing that excites me the most is you're going to have an entire supply chain here.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Yeah.
The idea that we're in a position where we have to depend on others for material is just that's
Localized.
it's a big.
It's not only about innovation, it's about security and it's about competitiveness.
Bingo. The Chinese are moving hard,
Yes, sir.
real hard. I promise you, we got a major investment we're going to participate in.
Want to show you and helps produce for us here. We're really proud to have a partnership with and making additive parts over the last so, and most recently with Brian, it's really accelerated. These parts could not be made the way they're made with additive. They could not be made using conventional technologies today. This part is on a business jet engine. It's been out of production for many years. The original suppliers, very difficult to produce part. And so this part typically would take 4 manufacturing operations, a casting or a forging, a machining, welding, heat treating. Now we can produce it using additive technology. Brian's team can produce it using additive technology right here in the United States in a fraction of the time. And because it doesn't require all these extra steps, the cycle time is much shorter, the cost is less, and we're able to keep those engines flying that we would not otherwise be able to keep in operation.
Get engaged in this. I mean,
So I'm a third generation aerospace professional. My dad, my father were in the industry, and it's about to change. And that's, I just kind of followed in my dad's footprint and footsteps. And, the future and what's happening now is completely, you can't print, you can't make an electric engine, for example, without printing it. You have to print it to get the power density of it.
This part's got some great features as well. This is another part that Brian's team produces. It's a heat exchanger that's used on Frank's F-35 Joint Strike Fighter that and we're really excited because you can see some of the features in this part you couldn't even incorporate using conventional machining technologies. And because it's all one piece, there's no welding. And again, it's all done just on one additive manufacturing machine right here in the United States. Really de-risks our supply chain.
every time. Now helping to create.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to trade the Soviet
I know.
jets for that's look at that 15. So it's to this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's all that All right.
All right, so we saved the biggest for last here. So what you see here is an additively manufactured end cap for a fuel tank on a national security satellite. So what's behind me here is that fuel tank. And this fuel tank, eventually we're going to be able to make in Brian's shop. We're going to transition the technology and the machinery to the small businesses so they can become part of the supply chain. This fuel tank manufactured additively is half the cost and a third the time. And on a national security satellite, that means saving about $500,000 per satellite because we can manufacture this additively. Now you may notice that
This goes where?
this gets machined, final machined, and it becomes the top.
Gotcha.
And another one becomes the bottom.
Gotcha.
And this would normally be made as a titanium forging. And there's very few titanium forging houses around anymore. And so we're getting to the point where in order to secure our supply chain and not have to go to Russia or other places, we're going to work with Brian so that he can start manufacturing these for us.
Brian doesn't want any more work. He's got enough to do.
No, sir. We're eager, and what you're doing with this, what you're doing with this AM Forward program is tremendous in terms of security of the supply chain, scaling our supply chain, bringing jobs back on shore.
It really is.
It's amazing.
It's fantastic. And you may notice, sir, that it's cracked.
Yep.
The last thing we do as part of our engineering process is we pressurize it until it fails. And this one passed with flying colors with a lot of margin. So that's the last thing we do is we destroy the tank to prove out the process, that the part that was made additively is as good or better than the parts made the old way.
Pretty impressive. Thank God you're on our team.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Where am I heading?
Oh, group photo, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.